with Polygon Pythagoras. MetaMask, yeah, crypto cash. Yeah, I seen the metaverse through Metatope. My eyes a megaphone. Customize my empty skin to optimize my flesh and bone. Phase 1 evolution, revolution. Smart contracts inside your smartphone. Phase 1 evolution, revolution. Help me ET phone. Whole body markerless motion capture. The metaverse broken after the Metatope golden era. The whitelist still open. Hurry up, what you need? Golden chariot. Holy virgins that's holding cherubims, paving the road with fairy dust. Create the avatar of your wildest dreams, yeah, and use it inside your live stream. And all your metaverses, favorite games and widescreen. Metatope, visualize your digital eyes.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh my God, my voice. Happy Thursday. Welcome to TopeTalk. Your guest, Mr. Crypto Chris G. Like I'm talking in third person right now. That's really weird. Hi, I'm Chris. What's going on, guys? Thanks for getting here early. Go ahead and retweet the room. Let's get some comments, some retweets, some likes. Let's get some people in here. I'm gonna start throwing out some DMs. Goes down in the DM every once in a while, you know, and hopefully I don't think I'm hitting on them. Just inviting them to a space. Maybe I'll put a special line that we have maybe less than let's see here. It's 5 Eastern, so we got 7 hours until the Tope list giveaway ends for the Mutant Hound Caller. So that's something exciting. Looks like a lot of people, pretty much everyone in here is on the Tope list, which is sweet. I'm glad to see you guys here. Thanks for stopping in early. Yeah, let's get everything. Let's get start moving here. What's up, Enzo? Man, how's everything? Are you rocking a beard right now? Is it shaved? Are you back to being lazy? What's up?
Yo, man, how's it going? So I'm rocking I don't know if you guys know what this is. It's not in style anymore, but I'm rocking a neck beard because Shelly and I had to compromise. So she wanted me to shave everything off, and I didn't want to shave everything off. So I just shaved, down to just a neck beard, and that's what I'm rocking right now to compromise.
Well, that wasn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be, but yeah, great, man. Thanks for that. Thanks for the information. Maybe we should ask something else next time, what kind of cologne, or did you shower today? Did you touch some grass? But no, good to hear everything's going good, man. How's the weather over there in Uruguay right now?
Dang, nice save. No, it's all good, bro. So it's been really hot the last couple of days. We've gotten into the 90s a couple of times, but it's extremely humid, so it feels like 100 and something because of the humidity. And we have the AC on in the room right now, and it's still very hard to breathe and stuff in the actual room, even with the AC on. But aside from that, Uruguay's had some amazing weather the past couple of weeks. If you enjoy summer and you don't get too burnt by the sun, unfortunately, Shelly doesn't like the sun. She always uses a bunch of sunscreen protection, which I don't. I don't really protect myself from the sun. But that's a personal thing of mine. But aside from that, dude, it is beach weather over here, and I have not gotten to go to the beach one time yet. Between Shelly coming and us getting all her paperwork for her to become a citizen, and her having a little bit of stomach problems the last couple of days, we actually haven't gone to the beach. But hopefully we'll get to go to the beach soon. And we were planning a vacation. We're actually thinking about going to the AVAX Summit in May, which is really exciting because I have never been to a crypto or NFT convention or anything. So yeah, we're actually planning on going to the AVAX Summit, which I was going to ask if Metatope was going to be there, since we are cross-chain. I don't know if AVAX is one of the chains that we plan on going to, but I would love to actually see the team and meet up with the team at the AVAX Summit if anybody ends up going.
You telling me Avalanche didn't go to zero yet? I'm just kidding. I'm
Actually, we
kidding.
just
I'm
got
kidding.
we just teamed up with Amazon a couple of days ago. The news came out and we pumped from $10 to $18. So we're doing just about as good as Soul right now.
Wow. Wow. You know, and Soul's yeah, Soul's been hit with a lot of stuff lately, and I'm glad to see that Soul is still not at zero. I'm excited to see the future of both Avalanche and Solana. I think there's a I think they got a good they have a good player base that's left, versus other chains. But on the NFT side, obviously doing big things. What's going on, Las Vegas Lounge Lizards? Obviously, go ahead and introduce yourself. How are you? What's new? And then we'll jump into your project a little bit later.
Yeah, doing good. Really good to be on the show. Yeah, and it'll be exciting to talk a bit more about the project.
For sure, man. Where are you based out of?
We're based in the UK, so it's sort of a little late right now, but really good to be here.
Oh man, thanks for jumping in. I know it's time zones or something that can be great or can keep you up pretty late sometimes. We have friends over in the UK and Australia and places. So when we take meetings like with Toast Punk, try to make it we try to make it as accommodating for both of us, and sometimes we just got to go back and forth, and then like we have a cool dev team. One of our dev guys is out there in like Germany, and that's also early morning meetings is something that we're used to, but really appreciate you taking the time out of your, I'm assuming it's late in the evening for you, and jumping on here with us.
No, it's good to be here. Yeah, we're always, whenever we're sort of speaking to people in America, always negotiating about the meeting time, trying to do early America time, late evening time for UK.
To that, man. So give me a little bit of insight about what got you specifically into the space. I'm assuming you're the founder.
Yeah, I'm one of the founders. There's a team of founders involved with the project. Um, I'm sort of the cowboy. So I did you may have seen our one of our founder accounts, LVLL Cowboy. Um, so I'm sort of behind that side of things. And I normally come up here and sort of handle all the spaces and sort of talking about the project. Um, so I mean, we can delve straight into it if you guys want. If you want to talk about the project straight away.
Sure. I mean, if that's something you want to do, I know it's a little late for you. So if that's good, let's start there, and then we can jump into some NFT crypto talk afterwards. But as we go into this, I know that a crypto medic just jumped up here. So before we jump in, I just want to introduce medic to the audience, and real quick Derby, and then we'll jump in. Crypto medic.
What's up, brothers and sisters? Good to see everybody. I'm out mobile, but I couldn't miss this, man. I think Las Vegas Lounge Lizards has probably got a winner like us, and I just love what he's doing, love what everybody's doing in the space to build community, and let's go.
Well, sweet, sweet. Appreciate that. I see you're still rocking some. It looks like a monkey. Is that sucking on a baby's? But what do we call those things? Bonkies or bibbles or something with the B?
That's a
And
Springfield
drinking
ape.
looks like to be a shot of fire.
Yeah, it's a Springfield ape, man. It's the Simpsons.
I see. I see. Wow, Derby Chicken, what's up, man? How we doing over here?
Hey, so I was wondering,
Ah, not a minute.
there's an echo. I was wondering when Derby Chicken Topeless?
Derby Chicken Taupe List. All right, hold on. Let me pull up the let me log into the admin side here,
Yes.
take a look, see what you put in the Taupe
Okay,
list
okay.
here,
I
and
just wanna
while I'm doing that, let's let Las Vegas start rocking and
see.
rolling, and we'll touch it. You know what? I'll take a look, Derby. I'll put some eyeballs on it real quick here and see what we can do.
Okay, okay. I just wanna.
All right, hold on. 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 Without further ado, Las Vegas, jump on in, baby. Let's go.
Cool, guys. Well, I'll sort of give a bit of a sort of top level pitch of the project, talk about some of the benefits to holders, and then I sort of want to touch on what we're trying to do to innovate allow lists and some of the campaigns we're running at the moment, and then obviously we can sort of ask questions, talk about the project, and delve into it all, into the nitty and gritty. But to give you sort of the top level pitch, the Lizard Lounge is an exclusive members only club for like-minded kingpins, mavericks, tricksters, and streetwise hustlers. It's a multi-platform storytelling NFT, an underworld tale told through animation, web content, and gamification. It's created by a multi-award winning team of creatives in the Web 2 space. We've collaborated with the likes of Viacom, Paramount, and Warner Media, built globally successful animation and publishing properties, and managed licensing deals for major brands like Game of Thrones and How to Train Your Dragon. So storytelling really is our bread and butter, and we are building an NFT brand told with the story through NFTs. The collection itself is made up of 14 characters across 5,555 NFTs. The characters make up an Ocean 11 style cast of lovable rogues. So we have characters of all shapes and sizes from the underworld, from the Kingpin Don to the Degen Chancer. The story takes place in Las Vegas and follows these 14 specialists and a big job that's about to go down. The NFTs act as passports for the holders to be immersed into the Lizard Lounge world. Holders will be able to participate in the story and have the opportunity to earn ETH as the narrative unfolds. So our core idea is to create an NFT brand that merges storytelling with IRL opportunities for holders. So this includes earning ETH, as I said, NFTs, and other airdrops. So we have elements of the story being driven by airdropping assets to holders. So every single LVLL holder will be airdropped exclusive NFTs that all relate to the LVLL story. So in terms of the other benefits, obviously first holders actually get to see their character, their NFT, as part of a wider story. So there are obviously many PFP projects, but it's sort of truly rare to be able to actually relate your character to part of a wide, rich narrative. So in this sense, your NFT is a bit more like an archetype. It gives it an added layer of depth, and each of the 14 specialists all have their own sort of quirks and their own backstories and real sort of character study behind them. We'll be releasing more and more animated content. You can already see some of our animated content on our Twitter page, as well as some more web content after mint, which is sort of one way we're telling the story. But as I said, it's multi-platform. So we have the airdropping assets to holders. We have our payphone, which you can check out on our website, which I can delve more into later. So what comes along with the story is the opportunity for holders to earn alongside it, and to merge the two worlds together. So as the narrative unfolds across all the various mediums, there are opportunities to earn ETH, exclusive NFTs, and being airdropped elements of the story. But one side of this is that holders will need to prove themselves. So we have various elements of gamification, whether that's an app-based game, or we have web content and online challenges. The overall USP is that the real-life opportunities will mirror what's going on in the story, whether that's being airdropped the assets, or competing in challenges and missions to earn ETH alongside. So you can imagine if you were watching Ocean's 11 and the gang successfully pull off a heist, suddenly as a holder you're presented a similar opportunity to earn ETH in a mission or a challenge, or you're airdropped and sort of an exclusive NFT that helps drive the story on. On top of this, LVL holders will all have exclusive commercial rights to utilize their lounge lizard. We have a track record, as I said, of licensing some very large brands. So we want LVLL to be a long-term store of value for holders through commercialization. So, you know, if you're looking at some of the really big NFT brands like Bored Ape Yacht Club or OK Bears, they've struck huge commercial deals, but they've had to do this all externally. We already have the in-house team, experience, connections to successfully commercialize the LVLL IP, and we want to bring all the holders along with us. So that's the sort of the top level benefits. Just to touch on how we're sort of innovating allow lists. This is something we're sort of really passionate about doing a bit differently to other projects. We're trying to sort of get rid of the engagement farming and sort of the constant chilling and the uncertainty about sort of getting on various allow lists. One alternative to this was the Ute list, which Utes did, which was very, very successful, where the model said, we want to vet you coming in, so fill out this application form and we'll see if you're worthy of a Ute, whether you're an influencer, an artist, program, or what have you. So we had come up with a similar idea, but instead of being your reputation in the community, we wanted to give people the opportunity to prove their reputation. So this is where we came up with LVLL missions. So LVLL missions are a key way of getting on our guest list. The first of this was Holiday Heist, which was a mission-based competition we ran over Christmas, where players had to solve 3 challenges in order to earn their spot on the guest list. In order to complete the mission, you would need to use our interactive payphone, spot Easter eggs in our trailer, and even do some decryption. Successful players who solved all 3 challenges, you simply entered your wallet address and you were automatically added to our guest list. And then we actually also gave away $1,000 as well as part of the competition. Holiday Heist was just the first of these. We have a new mission, Winter Blues, which is dropping very, very, very soon. But then after that, post-mint, once we've fully built the guest list up, all the missions are going to be NFT gated, exclusive for holders. And sometimes the elements will be cash scores that will be split amongst winners. It might be first come, first serve who complete certain elements. Or this interactivity might bring airdrops that help drive the narrative forward. But every single one of the 14 specialists is going to have their own special LVLL mission. And we'll be doing one every month at least post-mint. But we wanted to sort of give you guys a taste of these missions as part of building up our allow list. 1, to give you a good flavor of the project, and 2, so that, rather than liking, sharing, retweeting, and hoping that you might get picked to get on a guest list, if you complete this mission, if you put in the work and the graft, you will get on the guest list. So I'll give you some final details about Mint, and then obviously happy to take any questions, and we can talk a bit further. We haven't released a public Mint date yet, but that is coming very, very soon, and I can confirm that it will be this side of Q1 2023. Our Mint price is 0.15 ETH, and the collection size is 5,555, as I said earlier. So I'd love to take any questions you guys might have about the project.
Benzo, go ahead and start us off.
Hey, so I actually went through the payphone. I got whitelisted. Shelly helped me out.
It was so fun.
Yeah, Shelly helped me out with some of the decoding. I'm just curious. Did you come up with that on your own? Do you have a background in what is that CIA stuff where they solve impossible stuff? I'm not sure what the name of that specific skill is. But do you have a background in that, or do you have another member of your team that has a background in that, or how did you come up with these coding things for people to decode?
Well, first of all, really cool that you've given the first LVLL mission a crack, and that you managed to get through. That's really, really cool to hear. It would be really cool to hear more about what you thought of it. But yeah, so without giving away sort of any answers on sort of the decryption side of things, the code that is used in the story is a famous type of encryption that's related to sort of the mob underworld. So you will have been on the payphone. The name of the code is actually sort of hidden in the payphone somewhere. So you will have actually seen the name of it. But yeah, so it's not a specific type of code that we've come up with, but historically, it's the one we've used is actually quite famous.
Yeah, very interesting. That's the first. I think that's the first time I've had to have an interaction like that on a website in order to get a whitelist. So yeah, very, very, very cool. And yeah, Medic was actually the one that showed me to your project and got me to like look at the payphone, and then yeah, just so Medic, first of all, thank you for showing me that, and second of all, congratulations on building such an amazing way for people to get whitelisted. That was really entertaining, man. Really appreciate that.
Well, thank you. And we've got we do have we have Holiday Heist running now. The competition has ended in terms of the $1,000 prize. We will be reinstating that prize for the next one, Winter Blues. But you still can complete this mission, and we will be sort of backlogging them all moving forward. So, if you're sort of new to the project, you can play the first one, you can play the second one, and you can sort of go through and try all the sort of different story elements, and all the different missions. So, the next one is coming very, very soon. So even if you're on the whitelist, it's still worth playing it again, for the chance of winning the $1,000 prize. And also it helps drive the story forward, and you sort of get to have an interactive way of sort of learning more about the characters and the whole Las Vegas Lounge Wizard world.
Yeah, that's super cool. I was just kind of messing around with the site and taking a look at the payphone. And the first thing I started doing is humming the song. You used to call me on my payphone, and yeah. And then we stopped that real quick. That's as far as I got. But yeah, I'll definitely mess around with that. I'm gonna go to Enzo for some secret tactics on this the mission I need to embark on over there.
Yeah, I mean the first mission, Holiday Heist, was we had a lot of fun coming up with it because it was the first one we did. But it did prove quite tricky in that the sort of the decryption element, the sort of the third challenge, and you have to answer all three to make it onto the whitelist. Was the most tricky. A lot of people got the first two questions right, and then were stumped by the third. So, as I say, yeah, congrats on you guys sort of making your way through it.
Yeah, we keep Enzo around for, I'm not quite sure if, it's not a lot of things we keep him around for, but we definitely keep him around to play video games and to play missions and stuff. That's on his to-do list daily. It's crazy. What a job. What an absolute job. Derby, what's going on, Derby?
Hey, there's something else that I really loved about the Las Vegas lounge lizards. The payphone is there's little telephone numbers next to the payphone that you can dial for different people, and you can listen to them talk to you. I thought that was hilarious. It was so funny. If not anything, y'all should just go to the payphone and dial the numbers and listen to what the people say, because it's very entertaining.
So yeah, so the all the payphone numbers obviously help build. So it's entertaining, which as you said is really cool. But they are also sort of key pieces of intel that help you solve the challenges. So there's little Easter eggs in there, sort of little sort of hints about what's coming up in the story. But they are also real telephone numbers, so you can dial them in on the payphone. But if you are in the US anyway, and you call those numbers, they're real Las Vegas numbers. And you will get a message on those numbers if you use your cell phone as well as the payphone. So I don't know if you guys have given that a try, but you get a sort of an interesting message there as well.
It's fantastic, man. Love it. That's it's finally something other than just like whitelist grinding and discords. It's refreshing to see people taking the time and making it special for people to experience. So I appreciate you doing all that, and I appreciate you giving us the overview of everything you got going on with you and the other founders. If anyone here hasn't taken a look or missed a little bit of that, make sure to follow and take a look at what Las Vegas Lounge Lizards is doing. LVLL, let's go. Easy to remember. Got some cool looking art. I mean, look at those dudes. I mean, they just look ready for the Blue Flamingo. Absolutely bonkers, ready to go win some money, non-financial advice. Especially the one in the bottom left of your banner with the box, the suitcase full of cash. I mean, that basically looks like Enzo on a daily basis, as he goes around playing these video games all day. So Without further ado, I'd like to ask a couple questions, Vegas. What was you like I asked in the beginning, what was your personal what was your personal story? You don't have to go too far into detail if it's a long one. More or less just like give us an idea of like what got you into, did you start with crypto? Did you start with NFTs? And what's your driving like personal vision of the future of of your company in the next 2 years? Because I see you have a roadmap. I tried to click it on the website, but it wasn't letting me get there.
Yeah, so just quickly on the roadmap. The roadmap is also written in code. So you will get when you complete the holiday heist mission, you should get uh, everything you need to be able to decrypt the roadmap. So the roadmap is one of those
Ooh.
other fun elements that's we've sort of turned into a little bit of a challenge as well. But if you complete holiday heist, you should get all the info you need in terms of how to solve that. So some alpha for you there, but to sort of give you our background, um, our background is in storytelling. So we're a pre-existing company in Web 2 who everything we do is sort of based on telling stories. So we produce animated content, TV shows, films, publishing properties. Um, we're multi-award winning in sort of all of those different fields. Um, and really, what happened was is that we're a fairly sizable company, but there was sort of a core team of sort of 6 or 7 of us who all were sort of related in Web3 in sort of different ways. So we have animation artists who have released their own sort of small animation NFT collection. We have people who've sort of bought NFTs, collected NFTs. People who've got experience in Web3 coding like Solidity. And then my background was actually in how a more sort of like philosophical, political thing where, as part of my master's degree, I sort of wrote about how Web3 would impact political philosophy. So we all had sort of all these different mixed backgrounds in terms of connections to Web3, and we had all this IP and all these sort of different story titles. And really, with Las Vegas Lounge, we'd actually, before we sort of thought of anything to do with NFTs and Web3, had already come up with the concept. And we hadn't had all 14 characters, but we had sort of a couple of different characters who we'd sort of done some artwork on. We developed their character. We'd sort of thought about, even before we said it in Las Vegas, we'd thought about sort of the story that we wanted to tell with these characters. And we had the IP with a bunch of other IP that we had. And then we sort of came together and we thought that this story, this sort of underworld tale with its link to a job that's about to go down, the heists, we thought that NFTs and Web3 was actually the perfect medium to be able to tell that story because of all the interactivity, because we'd be able to airdrop assets and all that kind of thing. So the sort of genesis of the project really came from us having the idea of the story first and then trying to find the perfect medium to tell it, which for us was NFTs because we could do a mix of our animated content. We have obviously all the design work, but the ability to direct or speak directly with the audience and be able to airdrop content and airdrop assets and drive the story forward that way was something that we just thought was incredibly interesting, and we thought was the best way to tell the story.
For sure. It sounds like you put a lot of work and effort into getting that in the story, which is, I think it's a great onboarding tool. Having a great story for people to get behind, and also provides a great experience. It's user experience and onboarding is needed probably the most in this space. So I appreciate you guys spending a lot of, it sounds like, blood, sweat, and tears at this point. I think we all have, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we obviously put a lot of work into it. That was something we wanted to do where I know a lot of projects they didn't put their artwork out. They do sort of like delayed reveals. Um, because although we're sort of successful in the Web 2 space, this project is standalone, and we wanted it to be that way. So we wanted to sort of start releasing the artwork, put our animation teaser out, and try and deliver as much as we could that was feasible pre-mint for people to get a flavor of the project, and they can see the work that we've already done. I mean, and there's so much more that we haven't released and so much more to come, but we wanted to sort of show that off, so people could sort of have an idea, if they like the artwork, if they like the concept, because ultimately, as you say, with the user experience, we see this as an amazing way to tell a story. And obviously, there's all the benefits for holders with the missions and earning the cash scores and the commercialization. And people can be part of this NFT brand. But ultimately, as you say, it's all about the user experience, and it's all about something that's really, really cool for the end user.
Exactly. Well, if you'd like, post something at the top. Something that people that might have jumped in here late that missed the first portion of the space. If you want to drop something in there for them, so that they can go and check out the collection.
Yeah, I'll put in our. I'll put in the chat. I'll put our teaser trailer, and they can should be able to click the page from there. Let me just put that in.
Cool. Well, take your time. Take your time on that. We still got plenty of time. Right now, let's. I don't know about you guys. I haven't been staring at TradingView too often lately, but last time I looked, I could have swore I saw some green numbers. Do you guys think that's here to stay? Or are we getting? Are we still just becoming exit liquidity? What is your thoughts on that, Cryptomatic?
Well, brother, I think time is going to tell, right? But I don't think we're there to come out of it just yet. I think the regulations are still coming. I think there's, some people that have been caught doing some things they shouldn't be doing, that we're still going to see what happens with all of that. And I think that will have a large effect on where we go. But it's nice to see the pump. I just hope we don't see a rapid dump afterwards. But I think this summer is really going to be the push that we're all looking for.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. In the last couple of days, with some of these projects, I mean, yes, just today, Hasbula minted at noon. I was on the whitelist. I tried to mint. I would have been up 3x in like 20 minutes, and my transaction failed. And the tax or the gas fees on it were anywhere between $20 to $40, like just from that mint. What happens? I mean, did we take a step in the direction like that's not going to be able to support like gas fee wars and stuff, like when we go back into a different cycle? Because I feel like 3 projects launch at the same time right now, and the system goes haywire, and that's not gonna work. I'm curious if that's and unfortunately, I don't think Polygon helps that either, because they have like what is it, 30 TPMS or something like that. It's something lower. Really, this was what Solana was supposed to be very good at, and the at least like at speed, right? But they have issues with like security. So it's like, it really raises that question. Is this next cycle? Are we going to see more collections being minted and succeeding as much as we're going to see existing collections onboarding to community and having like part of their roadmap create more demand for the collection? What do you guys think?
I want to hear what Walker has to say about the layer 2, the ETH. I mean, it obviously it's been better than what it was, but yeah, like you're saying, when we head into real volume, what does that mean for the system? I'd love to hear Walker's input on that.
Well, guys, keep in mind that Chris is a little salty right now because he was trying to get his mint earlier, and his transaction.
I get my Hasbula on.
His transaction got stuck, and that's something that happens. But that isn't the issue with the Ethereum network per se. Now, you could say that is an issue with the way that we process transactions, right? So essentially, on the back end of the Ethereum network, you have a constant bidding war that's going on. And what will happen is in, times of really high transaction volume, if you put, like a low priority on your gas fee, hell, sometimes you could put a high priority and sometimes you still fall lower because you have all these transactions that are coming in that people are placing, a really high priority on. They're raising the gas fee substantially, and your transaction is just falling lower and lower in the line of being pushed through. So, Chris went through the procedure. You just have to go in, create a new transaction with the same nonce, higher gas limit, and then it'll cancel the prior transaction. But yeah, man, I mean, at the end of the day, we all know the issues with the scalability of the Ethereum network. Now, it's a brass tacks on how many transactions can be processed per second. I believe it's around like 20 transactions per second that the Ethereum network can support. And again, that comes into a bidding war of who's willing to pay the most to push their transaction through in that current block. And that's number one, the issue, and then number two is the cost, right? But we also see the issue with really centralized networks like Solana, where we get extended downtime. You have a very centralized amount of validators that are securing the network. So it's really just a trade-off, and I think that Ethereum is positioned extremely well to continue being a dominant force in the industry. I think they've done an amazing job at creating standards for the industry. Whether that's the ERC20 or the Ethereum virtual machine. Polygon, as you guys mentioned, is building incredible technologies and infrastructure to allow for lower cost transactions on top of the Ethereum network, and then also the scaling solutions that are coming via ZK rollups. I think are going to make things a lot more efficient. And so no, I don't think there's an issue with Ethereum. There's tons of issues with Ethereum, but is Ethereum going to break? Is it not going to work? No. I think Ethereum is positioned very well. We're going to have the same headaches and issues that we faced last bull market cycle. Absolutely unsustainable gas fees, longer than reasonable times for transactions to process. But again, that's the trade-off for security and for using Ethereum. And that's why solutions also, like you said, Solana and Cardano, they have a lot of merit and a lot of value. But right now there's not a lot of volume, right? What are you going to trade there? So I think that there will be a lot more onboarding, Chris. And you said, do you think it's going to be more of the existing projects, growing their user base and bringing in, new people, or will there be a lot of mints? And I think it's a combination of both. And I think that in a bull market, it's much easier to launch a project, to launch a brand, because you have people coming in that are looking for an identity in the space. They're a newcomer and they're searching for a community in a project. And it always feels good if you think you're early, right? Versus jumping onto the bandwagon of something that feels unattainable. So yeah, but then also I think brands like Bored Ape are going to continue to do a great job at growing and expanding.
All right, so I'm the problem. I get it. That's what you were saying. It's that it was user error and not blockchain error, because the blockchain's never wrong. Okay. Las Vegas, save me. What do you got to say here?
I mean, I was just going to say, I think that's a really important distinction about sort of ETH and the transactions, a number of transactions, because there is pretty much a direct correlation to ETH going up and NFT volume, and the success of NFTs seems to be fairly tied quite closely to how well ETH is doing, and same with other blockchains as well. But as you're talking about sort of the gas wars and stuff, there's this sort of catch-22 where the limit on the number of transactions is really a flaw in the system, but causes a gas bidding war and potentially makes the price go up. And I know a lot of people will use the example of Visa, like Ethereum is like Visa, Bitcoin is like gold. And if you compare Ethereum as something that might replace Visa as like an online processing payment, you're comparing. I can't remember how many transactions you said it was per second. It was like 20. But Visa will do like 50,000 transactions per second. So there's this weird thing where they need to sort of up the transactions, but at the same time that changes the price. Like it would increase volume of transactions, but sort of the individual transactions might be less because of the changes in price. So I think there's this sort of weird, not only catch-22 in the relationship of the price of ETH and transaction volume, but then also how that ties to sort of NFTs, because there is this sort of direct correlation normally between how well ETH is doing price-wise and NFT volume.
And ETH is currently post-merge deflationary. For anybody that doesn't know, Ethereum went through the merge, which is one of the last forks in it heading to ETH 2.0. The merge happened 126 days ago, and we are currently negative 2,496 ETH, guys. And like, just to put this into perspective, right? Like, the value proposition, the fundamentals for Ethereum, in my opinion, like are only growing and expanding. With the potential use cases and the businesses that can be built on top of this network. But before July of 2021, there were 13,500 Ethereum a day issued to secure the network. Now there's been I think roughly around 500 ETH a day, but with the burn and the volume, right? And that's the important thing is the more volume, the more ETH that are burned. And even in a bear market, we have managed for Ethereum to be deflationary. And so, you run that math into the type of volume that, we tend to see in a bull market. And I mean, it is a very, very bullish outlook for the price of ETH long term, not financial advice.
You know what also is bullish is this meta tope list, guys. I just think I just saw the tope list applicants, and there might be someone named Derby Chicken on there that got accepted. I'm not, who would have thought? Who would have thought? What's up, Derby Chicken? Congratulations, you're on the tope list and in the running for the caller. Let's go.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
We love you, Derby. That is awesome. That's the kind of excitement that we need. And guys, the Tope list is a great opportunity. Completely free, first access to our technology, an inside track to be part of this development. And we're building something really special here at MetaTope. The ability to fully embody your digital identity, your PFP from your mobile phone, and to take that asset into different digital environments. Whether you want that in content creation, streaming, video games, and we really believe this is the evolution of somebody's digital identity. The PFP is the most basic way possible, and we become so attached. It means so much to us. And right now, liquidity is just being sloshed around from whatever new projects hopping on today. We need the capability in this industry to onboard new people. And that comes from awareness. And we believe there's so much alignment with bringing these brands, with bringing these assets into social media, going across the most viral channels that exist, and really continuing to grow this space, guys. So we would love to have you be part of this journey with us. Takes just a few seconds, guys. Sign up for the Tope list. We've got a $2,000 giveaway with a caller coming out. There might be a mega mutant behind that thing, guys. We don't even know what the value of those. I think only one's been revealed. So sign up for the Tope list and win that collar.
Man, a Mega Mutant would be
Jordan would
wow.
cry.
I mean, holy moly, dude, that would be a sick one. You wouldn't have to fight the market at that point. You got something special. Oh snap, that's good. I love it. I think that anyone that signs up has very good odds. Probably a lot better than trying to win a lottery. So, and it's free. It's free. You don't even have to go buy the Powerball ticket. It's so cool. But yeah, so that's, Walker, you brought up some good points. It's going to be a mixture of both. So I think that it's been a really good experience for anybody that's been through the bear market to really hone in their education, their experience, and set themselves up to be less prone to scams that you've been able to dissect without so much noise in the industry, and being ready for when this this output of projects and roadmap updates for existing projects, and demand goes up, pumps and dumps or whatever it is. You're gonna be kind of have a little bit more of a shield, and understand that really in the bull market it's pretty easy to make better investment decisions on your own, with a little bit of experience in a bear market, because you've really had time to hone in your DYOR without rushing. So I'm excited to see, I think anyone's excited, obviously, to see prices and people in here, but I think it really is going to depend on us to make sure that these people are curated into good projects and understand what they're getting into, versus it being a financial decision solely, right? And a lot of those decisions can give a sour taste in their mouth if the first one they get involved with is some pump and dump pixelated a Pepe or something. Like it's been fun, but I really think that we're going to see a turn of events, and I really think it has to do a lot with how AI is advancing in this world with Chat GPT and a bunch of other tools. I mean, there's an AI that you can use to it's like called like Unchain or something, where it basically, if there's like a pay block for like Wall Street Journal or something, you can go to that site through that AI site, and it will take off the pay block. So yeah, that's pretty crazy too. And I think those type of experiences are going to move people into a more of an understanding of what what this digital world is that we've been living in. So yeah, thanks for Walker for talking about the Tope list and what we got going on. I hope people in the audience see tremendous value in getting into this giveaway that ends at midnight tonight, midnight Eastern. The drawing will be tomorrow. And yeah, it's going to be really cool. I hope that the person that gets the mutant hound decides to reveal. That's obviously their call, but it would be really, really cool if that was something that, if they decide to reveal, if they want to do something where we can like stream it, or get it a lot of exposure to see what they get. It would be a cool experience for everybody. But yeah, so let's retweet the space, everyone. Let's kind of do a reset here. If you just joining, go ahead and retweet the space, put a like. Let's get this room up from the 40, 50 people. Let's see if we can reach up to like 75, man. Let's see if we can get some people popping off in here. In the meantime, I would like to kick it over to Crypto Medic. I think it's really interesting because Crypto Medic here, John, has been has been really taking time to look into different projects lately, and has found some cool ones that are kind of getting started, had found some ones that, are derivatives of others. But, I'm just curious, Crypto Medic, if not without sharing your secret sauce, what kind of what kind of DYOR stuff do you kind of like, in a TLDR version, to make sure that you don't get, that the project that you're looking into is legit. And, what are a couple of avenues that you take to do your process?
We're supposed to DYOR. I just throw a lot of money at stuff and I get rugged a bunch, but no, I'm just kidding. You gotta talk to people. I think that's the key, right? I mean, anybody can show you on something, anybody can send you a link or tell you a bunch of promises, right? But if you really are looking at a community, then it's about the community, right? And how engaging are the founders, right? We have founders from our project here on this call, on the space. You hear founders from other spaces coming out. Like, I think that's a big part of it, right? What's their background? Who are they? How do they interact with people? I can't, I guess, teach those kinds of things. I wish I could. 25 years ago, and in and out of people's houses and their worst case scenarios, I think taught me to be a very good judge of character and a very good judge of whether people are telling the truth or not. But I think it's just a matter of spending that time interacting with people. Don't listen. Walker always says the minute he sees an advertisement, he turns off. And I think that's really, the world we're coming into. Don't listen to the advertisements. Get beyond that. Get to the people that are actually doing the work. Are they engaging? Are they excited about what they're doing? Do they also talk about the pitfalls or downfalls or hardships, as opposed to everything being hype and perfect and great, which we know just doesn't happen in life, let alone in a lot of projects and crypto?
All right, you heard it here first. Crypto Medic said you got to go to you got to become a medic first, so you get a lot of people skills. So everyone get ready. You're gonna go become EMS, and then after that, you know what to look for. So I think what I was thanks again, Crypto Medic, for explaining that, and to follow up on his point, where it's like where do you get that communication with these communities, and I think it really starts with where they spend, either where you have an avenue like Discord, Twitter, and stuff, but really, I think Discord, if you use it for the right purpose, like you don't have to spend as much time there, but you can get what you want and engage with community members extremely quickly. So instead of waiting for like a DM on Twitter, a lot of projects, especially ours, we have 24/7 communication in Discord, so that if it's something as simple as, is this the right website to go mint on, you can go in Discord and check and verify your addresses, your mint wallets, yada yada. And then two, if you can go in there and really, and it has an encyclopedia of knowledge, so that there's no wrong question, there's no stupid question, but there's also questions that you can probably answer on your own, and also get questions that are more catered to helping you get a better experience and understanding what the project is. So I recommend, if you haven't gotten onto the Metatoke Discord, or even the Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Lounge Lizards Discords, just jump in, have it on your tabs, get verified on there, and that way it makes it a lot easier for you down the road if you forget, or if you get reminded, or you see there's something popping off with the collection. You can just jump right in there and probably get the answer within 5 minutes. So always keep that in mind. I think it's a great tool, and just never accept DMs from anybody. Typically, no one's going to ask you for money, especially not from our team. We're not going to be DMing people for anything that doesn't have, that has to do with any type of wallet connects. So just be safe. Be safe out here in the streets. It is still the Wild West of crypto. I think that, if right now we went from horseback to, we have some carriage and buggies on those roads now, but we're still definitely in the Wild West, and it's crazy out there. I also think it's. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Chris, I think one of the the greatest, this is kind of what you're talking about, one of the greatest indicators of a community, the project, like you said, it isn't necessarily the founders, right? It's when you go into that community, and is there a community? Are people interested in knowing about the project so that they can tell others when they come in and answer those questions? To me, those are the strongest communities that I've been involved in. When I've gone in and said, GM fam, what's this all about? The ones that can really start to fill me with
excitement that don't work for the project is what makes me take a look at it.
Can you say that one more time? You said GM fam, or was it GM fam? Love you, brother. You're right, man, and I appreciate you putting some emotion behind that because, yeah, you're right. It's definitely making sure that the project is legit. I mean, not a bunch of bots or stuff that doesn't seem like they're that it's legit. So always double check everything like that. Typically, people don't go out of their way to like fake entire Discord communities. So that's why I always say that's a good safe place outside of like Twitter's like direct DM. But just keep in mind, guys, like everything can be every third party like that has a chance of being hacked. I mean, Yuga Labs Twitter hacks every once in like they've had that I think happen before. The Mutant Hounds obviously had something. So there's a lot of issues that can take place. It's always smart to educate yourself now, especially when you have time, is to educate yourself on cold wallets. If you have an Arculus, a Ledger, there's a couple out there that have a great reputation, and to start moving assets while the gas fees are low, it's a great time to save some money on making sure that you diversify your wallets in case you do ever make a mistake. You're not losing your entire bag. If you're going to sit on a hot wallet, if not, get it on a cold wallet so that peace of mind is there. And now you don't have to experience what, it's better to get this done now than to experience a loss and do it later. I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose of everything you just accomplished for the last year plus. So take that extra time, be smart with your investments, your collections, your art. And there's not really any reason that I can think of that your entire collection should be in one wallet other than laziness, because you don't want to write down 25, seed phrases and store them, but do it once. And that saves yourself a huge headache in the future. So, Walker, are you alive? He's probably searching for. Oh, there he is.
I'm alive and well. Yeah, man. Actually, right now I'm working through the Metatoke white paper, and that's been a really fun experience for anybody who hasn't written a technical document. It takes so much time, and we want to make sure that it's really fun, for people to read and work through and understand our vision, and really, why we've built what we have. But something more fun. I haven't heard you guys talk about the Dookie Dash at all. Anybody playing the Dookie Dash yet?
I was going to. I mean, I was looking for about a 1 ETH entry on the ticket, and now those MFers jumped up to 2 ETH, bro. I'm priced out, bro. I can't even Dookie Dash.
The Dookie Dash is not cheap, my friend. It is not.
That is the most expensive mobile game I think I've ever seen.
Welcome to Yuga Labs, baby. No, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I hopped in there earlier. I think the game's down right now, but it's cool, man. It's just like all with your mouse, or I guess keypad, depending on what you're playing, and you're just like dodging obstacles, grabbing the power ups, whatever it is. But it's cool. So I'm trying to figure out. So what happens? Did the sewer passes like turn into? Does that become like a PFP or something?
Ooh, good question, Walker. I actually just sent it to Jordan in a DM. I'll send it to you as well. But there is an ape that looked into the DookieDash.xyz website's fine print, and there's 2 different options for the tickets that are in there. So I'll shoot that over to. Actually, maybe what I'll do is I can pin it up to the top here. Let me see. Rewards for Alpha. Either receive new or upgraded digital artwork associated with your Sewer Pass NFT, in parentheses, new art, or 2, be offered the opportunity and option to mint, claim, or receive 1 or more NFT, and in parentheses it says successor NFT.
Go ahead, Enzo.
So if I'm not mistaken, like fully, I heard Chris say earlier that I was kept on the team just to play games, and I'm guessing someone's gonna give me a sword pass so that I can play the game and win the. I'll get first place. Don't worry. And then, look, I'll just take 25%. Actually, just 20%. Since it's Yuga Labs, I know it'll be worth a lot. I'll just take 15%. Just someone give me a sword pass and I'll pass the game.
All right,
I got
10%.
That's all
10%.
you guys keep
Final
me for.
offer.
All right,
What's the
listen.
final?
Listen, Linda. Listen, Enzo, Linda. Um, you know, the space must have been rugging for you earlier. We actually keep you around for more than video games. It's to, Walker.
Wait, what'd you say, Chris?
I don't know what I was saying there. I was just referring to. I think Enzo is going to do it for free. It's he apparently Enzo is a pro video gamer. He learned from pretty much YouTube how to play video games. I think was what he said. And yeah, we're gonna trust him with becoming first place with our Mutant Hound ticket.
So it's between Walker or Jordan, who I know both of these guys work extremely hard and don't have time, or me, who has everything except 8 hours of the day. Everything else I can kind of work around. And if I got to lose some sleep, I'll lose some sleep. But I will work my butt off to get the highest score. So yeah, I mean the three options are Jordan, Walker, who don't have time, or me, who has a bit of time and can lose sleep because I'm still young and can afford to not sleep a few hours.
How much sleep do you get?
I'll take 15%. Everybody, Walker or Jordan can keep the 85%. I'll just take 15% of whatever it's worth. It's not bad for me losing sleep and playing a game that is in the sewer for 7-10 days.
No, if you don't win, are you going to cover the cost of the difference in the price of the NFT?
And there's a finance guy for you.
Crickets. Yeah, man. I'll go ahead and scoop a sewer pass. Let's see, 2 ETH. You cover 25% of that. You don't get first place. Yeah, sounds decent to me.
Wait. So hold on. If I don't get first place, hold on. If I don't get first place, if I get second place or something, you still get a high reward, right? Like I don't think it's just one person wins and that's it. I think one person wins the main prize, but you still scale back. If
This
I'm not
still is for first
mistaken.
place. You said I quote Enzo the walking billboard. I will get first place.
I mean, that's what I'm gonna strive for. You know what? I'm gonna strive for greatness. I will do everything in my power to get first place. If I don't get first place, I'll work extra hours and pay it off. I'll work extra hours for free.
Walker
I
thumbs
think that's
down that.
I think that's fair. I'll work a few extra months for free to pay off whatever I got to pay off. I think that's fair.
All right, Enzo. We're cracking me up, bro. I thought Jordan was gonna give it to you anyways in the first place.
Enzo, send me your address.
Just do it over Slack or somewhere else, just so that someone else hears this fake you.
I got you.
And
No
Enzo,
promises, but I'm considering.
I will tell you this, Enzo. I will never use you to negotiate anything. I loved how I watched as you negotiated against yourself from 25% down to 10%.
Plus a few months of free labor.
Okay, to be honest and to be fair, you guys, I don't think hired me for my negotiation skills.
Oh, fair.
I'm always looking for talent from within for other opportunities. I've just crossed you off a couple. That's all.
But Enzo, he has no idea what's coming, baby. When you get first place, you're gonna be rolling. You're rolling in the dough from that 10% yield.
So if I get first place, am I uncrossed off for all the other opportunities?
100%.
Well, Enzo's silence will take as he's very interested. In fact, he'll take 5%. Joseph, what's up, man? Thanks for coming up here. How's the California weather today?
Raining. I was looking forward to going outside and walking, and then as soon as I opened the door, I felt the rain.
Wow, I'm just so inspired. What else is good? It's been pretty gloomy here in Tampa too today, but it didn't rain. I think it like rained around here, but just like scattered storms. Is it cold?
Yeah, I just sometimes I get frustrated when I see that, entire cities are flooded, there's inches of water, you can't drive without your car underwater, and then you see the drought. The drought map shows that it's dry as can be there.
Yeah, it's sounds like California for you.
Well,
Well,
things are good. Project's moving forward. We're all working and moving forward. So excited for the stuff that we're going to be showcasing soon.
me too, man. It's very exciting. I think there's a lot of opportunity out there for partnerships. If anyone here hasn't had a chance to, if you're in a project or a founder or builder that you feel would have alignment with us, part of the actual Taupe list is a founder. You can actually apply as a founder or builder and fill out a couple questions to help, just basically give us a quick insight. And yeah, I go through every single one of them. We've actually made some insane connections with other builders in the industry that have turned into meetings and even further. So really, really excited that as we go forward here, that we will be able to announce some of these cool things that we've been working on. That it just takes time. It just takes time to really build out when you're actually dealing with technology versus a PFP.
So, Chris, what did you mint? What did you mint earlier? Was it
I
one
didn't
of
mean
the?
anything, bro. I didn't mean nothing.
Oh no, you never got to it. Even with
No,
your
that
past, what is your past? You just missed out.
no, man. Like it was the Hasbula NFT. Board Ape Brando, founder of Apes Together Strong, hooked me up with a whitelist spot,
Shout out,
and
Brando.
yeah, shout out to him, man. He dropped into space on Tuesday. I bought a ATS NFT. He's hooking me up with a sweater. I got a hoodie on the way. I'm gonna be ATS'd out of my mind in like a week from now. And I'm excited because that community, he's already shown me value. Well, Ethereum didn't show me the value, but he definitely showed me the value of with the whitelist spot, which was awesome. I wish I was able to use it because it was a 0.05 Hasbula NFT mint. Hasbula is something special. He's got such a following, and I saw tremendous value. And the collection sold out. I mean, less than 20 minutes for a 10K. And the floor price last time I looked was 3x, so like 0.16. And yeah, I mean, I could have kept my favorite reveal, kept my hospital that I like the most, which the reveal isn't for 5 days. And I was gonna see if anybody else, on the secondary wanted their own Hasbulas, so I could get myself a sewer pass. But right now the sewer pass plans are on hold. The secondary is insane. I mean, I don't think I've seen much volume like that in a long time. What do you think?
Dude, it's crazy. I was just reading through that post you tagged, and I mean it's a Yuga, it's an entry into the Yuga brand now, right? I mean, honestly, what is a floor price, to set the entry? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I would suspect, a lot of people probably come into the game over the next 24 to 48 hours. They play it a little bit. They realize they probably don't have a chance. The floor probably gets hit. And then we'll just have to see, like the rollout of the story and, how they're going to incorporate this into the larger picture.
Yep, I agree. And I think that between Yuga and a kid called Beast, those are the two projects with a lot of eyeballs right now. Extremely high amount of what's left in the space is definitely paying attention. Gas prices have risen a little bit, and wow, what a lucky time we've had getting set up for this future market for projects that you might have invested in for a financial security, right? Or not security, but financial, like a positive result in the project. I mean, maybe you bought in so low, or maybe you were from the beginning. You put shutters up to the price action and allow yourself to accumulate whatever it is. Some of these projects have different reward systems now that are in place, and a lot of that stuff was in the roadmap, but when they minted, that wasn't deployed yet. So I think this was a great time for these projects to really dive in and be successful on things that they promised their community. So I think those are just going to be aspects that will hopefully help drive future onboarding for people that might pick up a project that mints, and then also might drive into their community. So are you I guess we can start wrapping up the space here, Walker. But question: are you a bull or are you a cow?
Long-term bull, of course. I mean, we just talked about how good the outlook is, in my opinion, for the Ethereum token supply, and that will probably translate to a lot of the projects and ecosystems that are being built on top of it. But it's hard, man. The average consumer still has a lot of money, trillions of dollars in liquidity and cash. They're still sitting on the sidelines. That's not typical of a bear market. But I tend to think that the Federal Reserve is probably going to cut interest rates, or they're going to cut the interest rate hikes. So they're going to stop raising interest rates. And I think that's going to give a bullish catalyst sometime in Q1. But then after that, I think the market's going to have the realization that the Federal Reserve does not have the leverage right now to print more money or to lower interest rates. So I would say, like short term, maybe a little bullish. Like maybe there's a little left in this pump. But honestly, short, intermediate term, I'm more bearish, and then long term, super bullish.
I guess my question was, if you were a bull or a cow, because that was the title of the space.
I'm a cow, baby. I'm a cow.
Okay, all right, cool. Making sure. Can I get a moo?
Moo.
Move my collection up in price. All right. Well,
what about you, Chris?
Bro, I am. It's been a rough one. I got frustrated today with that whole Ethereum thing. I've just been so busy. I haven't been in a whitelist in like 6 months. And the first one I got into, felt like I was a new trader again. It was horrible. So I'm bullish. I think that we need to get a better user experience as fast as possible. I mean, I just started using Blur this last month and understanding how that marketplace works and understanding how basic everything is on that site. And I think that we just got to keep educating ourselves, and regardless where the market goes, in the short and long, I think that I think that it's all supposed to work out. And if you really believe that this is a place for you, spend as much time as you can absorbing, and make it a burning desire in your brain that you're gonna, that this is the future. And regardless of where, if you're a bull, cow, fox, ape, whatever you want to be, that you're doing it for the right reason. So that's what I'm bullish on is good actors.
For sure, man. And the majority of the time, the way that you lose is from over leveraging, from trading with emotions. So I think just be sustainable. Dollar cost averaging is not the most sexy way to invest, but it really helps with just long term viability. And so it normally is not advantageous to go all in or to go all out, right? If you're bearish in the short term, on this pump, and it's always good to take profits regardless. But if you're bearish in the short to medium term, maybe you want to take some profits off the table, roll whatever percent of your liquidity, but not all, into cash, and then just start to dollar cost average that back in over time. But yeah, man, that's what it's about. It's just finding a recipe for long term success, because if you get over leveraged in the short term, that's where you get burned.
True that. Well, let's start wrapping it up here. Enzo, is there anything we need to handle on your side?
Yeah, so I have the Twitter picker for the $25 giveaway that we have going on right now, and the winner is Scott. He is in the crowd currently. He has a little I want to say blonde hair anime looking PFP. So, Scott, if you want to come up, say thank you, or if you want to come up and say something, feel free to do so.
Congratulations, Scott. Congratulations, man. You're going to have to – I see you're a Bitcoin lover. You're welcome to come up and say something if you want. If you want to just give us an emoji that you're there, that way we know you have to be present to win. Whatever works for you. Give us a heart. Give us a thumbs up. Give you about 10, 15 seconds here. And I haven't seen anything. Anybody see any movement? All right. Who's next, Enzo? Enzo, you there?
Up next, we have Yana Dia, who has a moon as their profile picture. If she or he is there and can give us some emoji, some sort of life.
Oh, baby. Just more chances for the people that have been hanging out and grinding with us to win if we don't get some interaction. Yeah, Nadia, are you there? All right, next.
Up next, we have Vintage Dad, who, if I'm not mistaken, has a God Hates NFTs, or is it a God Hates NFT or an Ape Hates NFTs, something like that. But if you can show some sort of life emoji, come up and speak.
These grinders out here, baby. These grinders just jumping in, thinking that they'll come back to their phone in a couple hours and move to the next. I tell you what.
Oh, okay. So actually, hold on one second. Stefan actually brought up a good point in my DMs. He's saying some people could be listening from PC, and if you are on PC, the PC doesn't allow you to come up and speak or send emojis. So we might be running into that trouble, because I've been on PC before and I know it doesn't allow for any of that. So what do you want to do here, Chris?
They can also send a DM to the main account real quick. I'll give 20 seconds for the first one of those three to send a DM. Hold on, we have one request to speak. We have one request. It's Joseph. All right, hang tight for a second. Let me take a look here. I got to get back to the correct screen here. All right, DMs are clear right now. They're clear. 1 second. 1 second. 3, 2. Because they should be able to DM from their computer. Last time I checked. All right, next. And if one of them hits me before somebody wins, let's go.
Up next, we have Mr. Endo, Ndoh.
Mr. Endo. Okay. Let's see here. We got a Crow fam from the Dgens Alpha. Ape Spaces, Alien Friends. All right. I love the background picture of Mr. Endo. Let's see here if we can spark some life out of Endo.
Crow fam, damn. I was in Crow. I actually got into Crow, and I actually messed up my first Crow transaction. I sent Crow from my I think it was from my Coinbase account to Crow, and it actually ended up on my ETH network because I didn't know that Coinbase didn't have was it Coinbase or Binance didn't have a Crow connection, so I kind of like messed up a little bit, and now I have some Crow in my ETH network that every time I go into Sushi Swap I see, and I'm like, man, I can never transfer that out. So kind of sad there.
All right. Well, when you get done with Swishy Swap, go ahead and pick the next person.
So up next we have Ruvanishi, Ruvanshi.
Oh, Ruvanshi. Ruvanshi. Loves the greenery. Well, we'd like to know what kind of greenery, we're talking outdoor grass, we're talking like fields of grass, like what kind of greenery are we talking here, Ruvanshi? It's got a picture of a tree as the background. I mean, I guess so. Likes the greenery. Ruben must have taken his PFP headphones and taken them off. Went out to the fields. If he gets back here in the next few seconds, we'll definitely reward 25 hot bones, smackaroos. If not, and so I'm about to put my Crypto Chris G account in this raffle. I mean, at this point. Next up,
we have Lynn May, and Lynn May has actually been talking in our Discord, so I know she's in here. She said she couldn't hear about like 2-3 minutes of the conversation she missed out on, but yeah, Lynn May is actually in here and is actually in our Discord. So hopefully she can send out a heart.
Oh, yep, we got a heart. We got ding, 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 ding.
Winner.
Woo! Woo! Oh my gosh. Lynn May just saved us another half hour. Woo! Welcome, Lynn May.
If you can, please open up a ticket within Discord.
Lynn May, you got a microphone, or just if no, put a thumbs down, and you're good to go. All right, we got a heart. That's good enough. Just hearts for days. Perfect. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Again, midnight Taupe list is closing for the Mutant Hound Collar, the end of Wave 1. And we are going to, who knows what's for Wave 2, guys. If you haven't taken a chance and you got, maybe procrastinated, you accidentally just happen to lose power in the next 30 seconds till midnight, and you just didn't have a chance. Who knows what will happen for Wave 2? So definitely don't sleep on the Taupe list. A lot of people in this chat are already on the Taupe list, and that doesn't mean that they applied. Some people apply and some people don't get on. So don't think that it just goes to everybody. It's this is early access to something we've been working 2 years on. So if you haven't taken the time to apply, please do, and answer the questions in any way you see fit. I mean, we let people on that anywhere from 200 followers up to a Bored Ape with a couple 100,000 followers on this Tope list, and it's all based on, you know, what we see value in, and the questions are driven to really help you show us what you're involved with, what's your passion in Web3, and if you're involved with a project, great. That's not it's not a deciding factor that you're in or out. But it's always cool to see if if you've been collecting for how many years. What is your what are a couple things in your collection that you're proud of. It doesn't have to be something that's a blue chip. There's great projects out there that are still up and coming. So take a second, take a minute, get in the Tope list, and secure yourself a spot in this ecosystem that we're building. Become a Topian. All right. So just a heads up, gonna take as we close the space down, going to take a slight break, and later this evening we will be starting up on a side space, and just kind of hanging out with a bunch of other Twitter friends and people in spaces, and really just keeping a conversation open for Tope list or vibing and whatever's on our mind. But yeah, we'll be in there to answer any questions if anybody does want to come up and hang out. Just keep an eye out. The Metatope account and my account will be in that space so that you have multiple ways to find us. So thanks everyone for hanging out here. Thanks to the Las Vegas Lounge Lizards. Hopefully he gets some nice sleep tonight being over on the other side of the world. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for the speakers up here. Thanks, Derby. Congratulations on your Tope list acceptance. And we hope to see everybody here next Thursday as well.
Thanks for having us on, guys.
All right. Take care, guys.
Yeah. Cyberpunk. Yeah. I mix my ETH with Polygon Pythagoras. MetaMask. Yeah. Crypto cash. Yeah. I seen the metaverse through Metatope, my eyes a megaphone. Customize my empty skin to optimize my flesh and bone. Phase 1, evolution, revolution. Smart contracts inside your smartphone. Phase 1, evolution, revolution. Help me ET phone. Whole body markerless motion capture. The metaverse broken after the Metatope golden era. The whitelist still open. Hurry up what you need, golden chariots. Holy virgins that's holding cherubims, paving the road with fairy dust. Create the avatar of your wildest dreams, yeah. And use it inside your live stream. And all your metaverses, favorite games in widescreen. Metatope, visualize your digital ID. I seen the metaverse through Metatope, my eyes a megaphone. Customize my empty skin to optimize my flesh and bone. Yeah, Metatope is your mirror to the metaverse. Yeah, I seen the metaverse through Metatope, my eyes a megaphone. Customize my empty skin to optimize my flesh and bone.